Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue à Learn French by SUCHITA. Je m'appelle SUCHITA, votre enseignante de la langue française, and in this video I'm going to teach you some of the French verbs and their opposites. Before we begin with this video, I would like to introduce you to my website www.learnfrenchbysuchita.com, where you will find recorded courses for all your French language needs. We have courses for DELF A1, DELF A2, DELF B1, TEF TCF recorded course, French phonetics as well. We have special courses for our school students ranging from grade 5 to grade 8. We also have courses for university students who are enrolled in certificate course or diploma course in Delhi University. And finally, we also have courses for our school students who are aiming to appear for their DELF Prem or DELF Junior examinations. So hurry up and check it out. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. And as I already told you, in this video, I'm going to teach you some of the useful French verbs along with their opposites in French. Before we start with this video, I would request you to watch this video till the end, and in case you like this video, please do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel and mention your comments in the comment section below. And in case you're not following me over my Instagram page, which is Learn French by SUCHITA, go and follow me over there as well. So now let's just start with this video, and the first verb that I'm going to do with you is the verb accepter. Accepter. Now accepter, which means to accept. To accept. All of them are verbs, right? So accepter, which means to accept. Now what is its opposite? Its opposite would be to refuse. To refuse. So accepter, the opposite is refuser. Refuser. Both of them are ER verbs, right? Accepter, refuser. Now if you do not know what exactly are the ER verbs and how do you conjugate them, I'm going to mention the link in the card above. You can watch that video and then come back here again. So the first verb is accepter and its opposite is refuser, to accept and to refuse. The next one is again the ER verbs, which is aimer, aimer, which means to like or to love. The opposite would be, of course, to hate or to detest. Now aimer, the opposite is détester, détester. So aimer, détester, détester, which means to hate or to detest, right? The next one is aller, aller, which means to go. Now the opposite would be, of course, to come. So aller, to go, and the opposite is venir, venir, venir. So aller, venir. The next one is acheter, acheter. Acheter, which means to buy, and the opposite would be, of course, to sell. So that is vendre, 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 which means to sell. Let's just revise them once again. Accepter, the opposite is refuser. Aimer, the opposite is détester. Aller, the opposite is venir. Next is acheter, and the opposite is vendre. Moving on to the next one, which is fermer. Fermer, fermer, which means to close. Of course, the opposite is going to be open. So to close and to open. Fermer, ouvrir, ouvrir. So fermer, ouvrir. Like I can say, fermez la porte, ouvrez la porte. So fermer la porte, which means close the door. Ouvrez la porte, open the door. So fermer, and the opposite is ouvrir. The next one is monter. Monter is to climb or to move up. The opposite is going to be to go down or to descend. Descendre, descendre. So monter, descendre. Monter, descendre. The next one is donner. Donner. Donner, which means to give. So to give, the opposite is going to be to take. So donner, prendre. Donner, prendre. Prendre, which means to take. The next one is rire. Rire, which means to laugh. The opposite of to laugh would be to cry. And to cry in French is known as pleurer. 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 So rire, pleurer. Alright, so coming up, the next verb is emprunter. Emprunter. Emprunter, which means to borrow. And the opposite is going to be to lend. Like we borrow and we lend. So lend is known as prêter. Prêter. So emprunter, prêter. Emprunter, prêter. The next one is entrer. Entrer. Entrer, which means to enter. Like I enter in the room. So entrer. The opposite is sortir. Sortir. Sortir, which means to exit or to go out. The next one is éteindre. Éteindre. Éteindre, which means to switch off. To switch off, like we switch off the lights, we switch off the mobile phones. So éteindre. The opposite is going to be to switch on. To switch on, which is allumer. Allumer. So éteindre, and the opposite is allumer. The next one being obéir. 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 Obéir, which means to obey. To obey. And the opposite is to disobey. Désobéir. Désobéir. So obéir, the opposite is désobéir. Let's just revise them once again. Emprunter. Emprunter. And the opposite is prêter. The next one is entrer. Entrer. And the opposite is sortir. Sortir. The next one being éteindre. Éteindre. Éteindre, which means to switch off, and the opposite is allumer. Allumer, to switch on. The next one is obéir. Obéir, to obey, and the opposite is désobéir. Désobéir, which means to disobey. Now moving on to the next one, and the verb is demander. Demander. Now demander, which means to ask. The opposite is répondre. Répondre, which means to respond, to reply, to answer. So demander, the opposite is répondre. The next one is jouer. Jouer. Jouer, which means to play. The opposite is to work. And in French, that's known as travailler. Travailler. The next one is commencer. Commencer. Commencer, which means to start or to commence. The opposite is to end, to terminate, to finish. So for that, we have two verbs. One is terminer. Terminer, which means to terminate or to finish. And the next one is finir. Finir. Both of them are the same thing. So commencer, the opposite is terminer or finir. The next one is habiller. Habiller, to dress. To dress up, to get dressed. The opposite is déshabiller. Déshabiller, to undress, to undress yourself. Let's just revise from the beginning. Demander. Demander, the opposite is répondre. Répondre. Jouer, the opposite is travailler. Travailler. Commencer. Commencer, the opposite is terminer, or I can say finir. The next one is habiller. Habiller, and the opposite is déshabiller. Déshabiller. Alright, so moving on to the next one, which is the verb rester. Rester, which means to stay. Rester, which means to stay. The opposite is partir. Partir, which means to leave. So rester, partir. The next one is tirer. Tirer, to pull. And to push is known as pousser. Pousser, which is to push. So tirer, pousser. The next one is vider. Vider is to empty. To empty. And the opposite is remplir. Remplir, to fill. So vider, remplir. The next one is perdre. Perdre, which means to lose. The opposite is to win, gagner. And that's it for this video. In case you like this video, please do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and mention your comments in the comment section below. And I'll see you soon with the next video. Till then, au revoir, à bientôt et bisous bisous.